Assalamu alaikum. I am Muhammad Mahmud Hassan, Assistant Teacher, Agriculture, Greenfield School and College. Dear student of class 7, today I am going to give you some creative question on chapter 3. Now let's go start the discussion on question 1. The question 1 is, Mr. Hafiz, a farmer from Sardarpur village, managed 20 decimal of lands through a lease agreement and observed that in his rice crop tillers are not coming out expected. The crop field is infested with insects and mites too. People suggested Hafiz to apply chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Hafiz ignored the suggestion and was a loser. But in the next year, from the very beginning to end of cropping, he applied bio management and was successful. Question A. What do you understand by nutrient elements for plants? Answer is the elements that plants draw from soil, water, mid-air for their nutrition and growth are called nutrient elements for plants. Now question B. Explain the usefulness of keeping a trench vacant while producing compost through trench method. The answer of this question is, to prepare compost using trench method, 6 trenches are parallelly dug on the land. 5 trenches are respectively filled with agricultural waste, straw, rubble and weed and cow dung, while 1 trench is left vacant. It is necessary to pulverize the composting materials within each trench in order to prepare the compost fertilizer. A few days later, the compost in each trench is transferred to its next trench. In the same manner, the compost in each trench is again transferred to another trench some days later. For the ease and convenience of work, a trench is kept vacant during production of compost. Question C. Describe what kind of organic management practice Hafiz could adopt in the first year crop. In Hafiz's land, the rice crop tillers were not functioning as expected. Besides, the land was infested with insects and mites. The first problem indicated that there was a deficiency of nitrogen element in the soil. Hafiz could add some green manure to his land. If he wanted to solve the problem through an organic management practice. Green manure adds nitrogen-rich nutrients to the soil. It is an organic fertilizer as it is made of cowpea and black gram crops. Next, to solve the problem of infestation, Hafiz could spray tobacco leaf extract on the land. If done on a large scale, this could help to control crop damaging insects and mites. Now look at the question D. Evaluate the fact that the crop management practice Hafiz adopted in the second year not only fulfilled the nutrition requirements but also protected his crops from pests and diseases. The answer of D is in the first year of crop cultivation. Hafiz observed that his rice crop tillers were not functioning as expected in the land. Besides, the area was infested with insects and mites. He did not apply chemical fertilizers and pesticides to the land, as these cause damage to soil fertility. The non-judicious use of pesticide is a threat to crops, people's health and environment. In the second year of farming, Hafiz used biotechnology in his agricultural activities to replenish the deficiency of nutrients and to resist pests and diseases. He also applied fertilizer to the land that costly consists of cow dung, compost, green manure and oil cakes. He did this to ensure the supply of all essential nutrients for the crops and to increase the organic matter of soil for better microbial activity. Thus, the methods undertaken by him adopted to increase the water retaining capacity and fertility of soil as well as to improve the production of crops and its quality. Besides, he used biotechnology for controlling pests in the land. He set up traps for the pests and made nests for birds as at different points on field. This way, pests and insects could be checked without bringing any adverse effect on the environment. Therefore, we can see that the biotechnology adopted by Hafiz in the second year of cultivation helped to replenish the nutrient deficiencies of the land and to protect the crop from the attack of insects and pests. Question number 2. Mr. Ahad for the second time transplanted brinjal seedling on his field near his homestead. These plants flowered and produced fruits in due time. This time, Mr. Ahad noticed noticed infestation of insect pests in his brinjal field. Brinjal field. He also noticed a small black spores on some fruits. Last year also he faced similar problems and applied chemical insecticides which were of no use and only wastage of money. Therefore, this time he consulted the logical agricultural officer for the alternative treatment. Now, question A. What kind of insecticides can be used to conserve nature? Answer is organic and non-chemical. Question B. For what reason chemical pesticides are called silent killers? Explain. Question. Answer B. Chemical pesticides are formulated poison. The crops produced after applying those pesticides are also poisons. Its consequence is also very dangerous. If pesticide is chemical, it becomes most harmful. It causes environmental pollution. That's why it is called silent killers. Now, question C. Describe the appropriate measure to solve the problem Mr. Ahad is facing. Answer is Ahad cultivated brinjal. There were infestation of insects around the stem and at the tip of the plants. Since he got no advantage of applying chemical pesticides last year, this time he can apply extracts of tobacco or nicotine sulfate. Nicotine sulfate is effective against insects of foliage and growing branches. It is a bio-organic pesticide. Use of pesticide will not cause any environmental damage. Side by side, pests of crops will be eradicated. Besides, Ahad can control insects by using light traps or spreading beneficial insects there. By this way, fruits will remain poison free also. Now, question D. Evaluate the measures Mr. Ahad took for brinjal crop in previous year. Mr. Ahad applied chemical pesticides in his brinjal field during previous year. Disadvantages are more than that of advantages of using chemical pesticides. The reason is that only a small fragment of chemical pesticide, 1% or less, can reach the targeted pests. Besides, pest induces resistance against pesticide due to prolonged use of it year after year. As a result, using pesticides to control those insects results no effect. In case of Ahad's first time approach, both of the incidents occurred at a time. The pesticide which Ahad the in the inf- the pesticide which Ahad applied in the crop lot, lost its activity as insects gained resistance power against that. The pesticide also killed microbes of the soil. That's why it was not possible to save brinjal production of crop. Now question 3. Information 1. Less number of leaves and flower production. Information 2. Margin and mid-rib area of leaves get faded and become yellow or brown colored. Leaf petiole died and leaf dried up. Question A. Due to deficiency of which nutrient leaves fall early? Answer. Deficiency of nitrogen. Question B. Write down 2 deficiency symptoms of potassium. Answer is 1. It reduces resistance against insects and mites. Number 2. Rate of photosynthesis is decreased. Question C. Except the symptoms mentioned in the information 1, what else symptoms can be there due to deficiency of nutrient? The symptom given in information 1 refers that those are due to phosphorus deficiency. Except these symptoms, there are also some other symptoms such as plant growth is restricted, cell division is restricted, protein content in crop becomes less, normal development of canopy and root zone is hampered, fruit fall off and size of fruits become less. Question D. Except the symptom mentioned in information 2, what else symptom can be there due to the deficiency of nutrient? Give your opinion. Deficiency symptom of magnesium. Sorry. Answer of question D is the symptom mentioned in information 2 indicate that those are due to calcium and magnesium deficiency. Except these symptoms, there are many other deficiency symptoms of calcium and magnesium in plants, such as deficiency symptom of calcium. The tips of newly developed leaves get deformed. Green color of leaves gets faded. Leaves remain small in size. Plants become dwarf. Buds of flowers and fruits fall off. Growth of legumes is hampered. Deficiency symptom of magnesium. Space between veins become yellow. Newly developed leaves remain dwarf, thin and light green. Pea seed coats develop brown stain. Leaves of country bean becomes yellow. Development of chlorophyll is hampered. Thanks for watching this video.